Good morning, beautiful people. All right, so I had to write some notes down because today is November 2nd, 2025. That reduces to 13, which reduces to 4. So today's a 4-day. I also, when I got in the car this morning, I saw 44 miles on the dashboard. So 444, whatever. Today is about foundations. The need to bring order to chaos, to fortify boundaries, and clarify intentions. So today's about building. And what I wrote next is, you are constructing something that's meant to last. Stay disciplined and trust the process. Now, this comes from 3 cards. First card being hostilities. Damn, I need to get a new light bulb for that center light. Let's see. Is reflecting. Jesus Christ. Okay. Hostilities. And the thinking man. And at the bottom of the deck, the 7th chakra. And she reminded me immediately of Stevie Nicks, so at some point I'm probably going to Stevie Nicks, Rhiannon. That's for somebody. Okay. Rhiannon rings like a prayer through the night, through the dark, and wouldn't you love to love her? She was alive like a fine skylight. Oh. Anyway, okay, so hostilities card is about boundaries, projections, unspoken resentments resurfacing, or I'm not resurfacing, but surfacing. The thinking man, I immediately thought of air signs, Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. Okay, this is a lesson coming from a rational person. You put these 2 cards together, and you've got some hostilities coming from someone, potentially an air sign. But these hostilities, like this, you may be seeing ego surface from somebody that you thought was rational or waking up or more grounded, and you're starting to see a side of them that seems what's the word I'm looking for? Off kilter from what you normally see out of this person. It doesn't make sense for their normal. It doesn't make sense. But it's showing you that there's still some healing left in that person. And then with the 7th chakra and Archangel Uriel, this is pointing to spiritual discernment, seeing through the mental smoke to the divine truth. So this is a test. It's a test. Are you going to keep your... are you going to keep your spiritual center and just allow this person to go through it? Stand quiet through the storm and let them and let them. And let them. All right, what deck do we want to use this morning? Let me use... I am kind of thinking about a situation I went through recently, but we've already spoken about that situation. The collective that I'm speaking to is a collective of individuals who have walked through, I'm hearing Ring of Fire, and you're starting to magnetize in for yourself people who more fit your state of being now. You know, you're on your path to your dharma. You're on this path of enlightenment. You've reached peace somehow, like, so you're starting to radiate this beautiful energy that is bringing people, like-minded individuals, onto your path. So this could be someone who maybe you thought was a guru or a mentor or something like that to teach you how to stay in the present moment, and turns out that they've got some hang-ups. All right, tell me about hostilities. Whoa. The Eight of Materials and the Wheel of Fortune. Trust the process. The Eight of Materials with the Wheel of Fortune. Today is a 4-day. Today is about building foundations. The Eight of Materials, you're doing the work. You're doing just that. And the Wheel is all about timing. Tell me about hostilities, please. Okay, the Four of Materials and Justice. Okay, that's literally the advice on how to deal with it. I want to know about hostilities. Okay, so they're telling me it doesn't fucking matter about what the hostilities is. It doesn't matter what the situation is. What you're being asked to do here okay. Four of Materials. The budgeting card, the holding on, the miser card. This is keeping all of your material, your earthly things to yourself. This is not sharing. This is holding on too tightly. And then Justice. Loose lips sink ships. I just heard that. Justice will be executed in this case, but only if you shut your mouth. There's a great need to... Okay, we've been talking about reaction versus response for the last couple of days. I feel like in many of the readings, we are dealing with a reaction versus response. We become reactive whenever... we allow our emotions to take control of our brain. We see a social media post that is triggering to our ego. And, you know, maybe we're even in a spiritual ego situation where we think that we know better than everybody else. And we want to bring justice to it. You maybe have a friend who is a Democrat and totally against the presidency that we currently have. And they're supposedly walking on this path of enlightenment and trying to better themselves, okay? But this person still has a lot of baggage that they haven't sorted through yet. Not seeing that they're observing the situation and what might trigger them. They're shutting their triggers off instead of figuring out why the trigger and healing the trauma that caused the trigger, okay? That's just a side note. Because now they're not showing that part to anybody out there in the real world, but on social media, they're posting things that are against the presidency in a not healthy way. It's hostile. Now, where your reaction comes into that would be something like, I don't understand how somebody who can be walking this path of presence and emotional maturity, and yet you're posting things like this online. I don't understand. It totally contradicts the path that you claim to walk, right? There's your reaction. A better response to that would be, shut up. Just shut up. Unless you want to go through the test, in which case, go ahead, react, because now you're in a very stable, emotionally present place. You can react from love. But understand that you're still reacting from a trigger. It doesn't have to be some blown up ordeal. A few simple words is going to start a hostile engagement. Shut up. Shut up. It's not your job to fix anybody but you. So shut up. So when the string of messages starts coming in, like, how dare you, you know, like, blah, 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 blah. This is my page. Step off. Well, I'm sorry, but I'm pointing out something that shut up. Just shut up. It's none of your business what other people's opinions are on things. And if you're so worried about what's going on social media, maybe you just need to get off of social media for a minute. Okay. Don't turn into the justice warrior. Don't do that. Everybody is on their own path. They have their own lessons that need to be learned, and that is none of your business. Okay? Once you find that balance, you'll have your happy ending. And that was for hostilities. Alright, so tell me now about the thinking man. Let's see if we can put this together. Wow. The 10 of Voices. So, yeah, again, I'm feeling strong air sign energy. The Devil. And the 6 of Materials reversed. For the thinking man. Okay, just what I said. Just what I said. This person is trying to This person is literally trying to ignore the ignore the ego, suppress the ego, suppress the shadow, because the ego is the it, you know, very much can carry shadow qualities about it. I mean, you're never going to get rid of the ego. You're never going to get rid of the ego. The trick with the ego is to heal it. Heal the ego. What is the ego? The ego is just it's just the thought processes that go through our head, the thoughts that are ours, not our higher self, not God. Okay? This person, this thinking man, the Six of Materials here is the card of reciprocity. Balanced give and take. You give to me, I give to you, and vice versa. This is unbalanced. It's unbalanced give and take. With the Ten of Voices and the Devil, I'm seeing somebody who talk. Hey, what do you think about this thing? Oh, never mind, it doesn't matter. Talk. They don't let anybody talk. They need to shut the fuck up. They need to shut up and they need to listen. It's not your job to break through that to have your voice heard. Right? This is where discernment comes in. This person, okay, in the action of shutting your mouth, what you are doing is you are opening space up and handing them the rope. Let them hang themselves. In fact, you Queen of Inspiration. This is the Queen of Wands. You're handing them the sword that they're sticking in their own backs. Shut up. Shut up. There's no need for any response from you whatsoever. If you don't like it, just keep walking. Or wait for the opportunity to where you can hand them that rope. This Queen of Inspiration is so magnetic. It's so magnetic that, I mean, look at it. Her crown chakra is literally lit up. Her crown and her third eye. You brought this person to yourself. You did. They're a lesson, a mentor. Are you gonna learn how to allow this person to still be that for you? They're your lesson. Every time they open that big mouth of theirs, it's just a projection showing you what you have left to heal. And maybe the lesson is just learning to keep your big mouth shut. I had that lesson recently. Keep your fucking mouth shut, Naoma. All right, let's see. What else do we got? Ooh, the Hierophant. Yeah. Be your own guru. Integrate these lessons. These may sound psychological. It may sound like therapy, but guess what? Psychology is spirituality. Minus all the metaphysical things. Queen of Materials and the Eight of Inspiration. And the Fool. This is a new thing for you. learning to walk away from the conversation just because you know that you're going to get passionate at some point, and it's okay to be passionate, but are you in a state where you're able to look at all of this walking into the future? Look at it. Okay? The Queen of Materials. Just shush. It's time to observe. I love you guys. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you on the next one.